alternate versions of Loki. 1, 2, 3, let's go! Marvel's Loki on Disney Plus is not the first time we've actually seen many different alternate versions of Loki. Loki's been coming in different alternate versions ever since his first comic book appearance in 1962. Loki is the king of shapeshifting, but not only because of shapeshifting have we seen him in many different versions, it's also because of time travel, supernatural spells, and all kinds of other things. So, let's talk about a few of these different versions of Loki that you might see in the show. Lady Loki, a female version of Loki, first appearing in Marvel Comics back in 2004. She first came about when the OG trickster god himself stole a body intended for Lady Sif in the events of Avengers Disassembled. The big difference between her and OG Loki, in my opinion, is just that she is actually straight up true evil. I think Loki actually has a decent side to him, whereas Lady Loki in the comics does not. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, oh, I've seen her in the Loki Disney Plus Marvel series, but actually not technically. The female Lady Loki we see in that show technically isn't the same Lady Loki from the comics, although I guess you could say it's the MCU's version of Lady Loki. Next. President Loki, my favorite of the bunch. He comes from an awesome comic run a while back where he ran for president. This miniseries that he's from was actually from 2016 when Donald Trump first ran for president, and it was so cool because it gave all the Marvel Comics writers, well, at least the ones that were working on this book in this miniseries, the ability to whip up some really great political commentary, whether you were a Democrat or Republican. It was really great stuff. President Loki is my most anticipated Loki to come from the show. Next up is Kid Loki. Loki wouldn't be much of a trickster god if he couldn't cheat death, and that is exactly what he did back in 2010 during Marvel's Siege event, where he manipulated Hela from removing his name from her book. He is then reborn as Kid Loki, an innocent child who really has no memory of his former life. He isn't exactly trusted by his fellow Asgardians, but he does strive to do good. However, he is still a Loki. Last but certainly not least, King Loki. King Loki is a version of the trickster god who all of his evil plans in the MCU and in the comics, every single one of them came to fruition. First appearing in 2014's Loki, Agent of Asgard, this ruthless version of Loki is a very sinister version of Loki, driven to the edge of madness by his own rage and bitterness. In this King Loki's timeline, he annihilated the Earth and destroyed the human race, making it extinct. He then travels to the past in an attempt to kill Odin and defeat Thor, but that's for another video. I hope you guys enjoyed these different versions of Loki. If you guys liked it, please like the video, comment, and follow me.